What is up, Hawk fans? I have some great news right off the bat regarding the Ben McCollum era. His press conference is just commencing, just started about 15 minutes ago upon recording this. If there's major information or things that he says that I think is worth repeating and analyzing, I'll do a video for that. But for now, I just wanted to discuss the big news that Bennett Stirtz will be following McCollum to the Iowa Hawkeyes. It was reported by Hawkeye Beacon as well as Hawkeye Insider. The Ben McCollum era is off to a flying start. On Tuesday morning, Bennett Stirtz, the Missouri Valley Player of the Year. I also thought that he was an All-American. I thought I read that somewhere, but it's not listed here on the Hawkeye Insider article. Told Jeff Goodman that he will be following McCollum to the Hawkeyes. This past season, Stirtz averaged 19.2 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, 5.7 assists, and 2.1 steals per game. He also shot 49.8% from the field, including 39.5% from three. The only game that I have seen him play, I haven't had the time to analyze. Admittingly, you guys know I'm all about honesty. His game and his highlights. Maybe I'll have it play in the background while I'm doing the video. I have it playing in the background, so if you guys see my eyes diverted, it's me checking it out. But regardless, his stats look good. They're really well-rounded. Kind of does remind me of Tony Perkins in how well-rounded they are. A player comp that I've seen people give to him in his size and kind of the way he plays and the attributes that he has, again, kind of an all-around game, is Josh Dix. I think Bennett, just based on what I'm seeing, he had a 126.5 offensive ORTG, offensive, I don't know what RO, I think that's offensive rating. I think he's a little bit more athletic than Josh Dix. Josh Dix wasn't unathletic, but he wasn't explosive. I would say, like, if I were to compare them, players that Iowa fans are familiar with, I'd say, you have Peyton Sandfort here, probably Josh Dix here, Tony Perkins here, and Bennett Stirtz is probably somewhere in between Josh Dix and Tony Perkins. Josh Dix, I think, is a little bit taller at 6'5", 6'6". Bennett comes in at 6'4". But man, he's got a quick release. I cannot believe this guy was as overlooked as he was. This is a kid that had 0 Division I offers coming out of high school. There's a good chance I believe he's from the state of Missouri, that he went to a smaller school. He obviously can shoot the three ball, shooting 47% field goal, 13%. Let's see where he scores left above the break three, 47%. So that's given a stat for like where he scores on the court. But this is a big get, guys. This is a huge get. Like I said, I haven't had a ton of time to analyze his film, but just looking at what I saw in his performance versus Missouri, as well as some of the preliminary highlights that I'm seeing here, I think he's much more athletic than people are going to anticipate, given he's a white guy. He's definitely not afraid to let it launch from three, and I can definitely see the player comp of Josh Dix, kind of a well-rounded game. You can see that with the stats. I'm not surprised by this. I expected him to follow Ben McCollum to Iowa, given Ben McCollum took a chance on him at Northwest Missouri State. He goes to Drake. He elevates his game. He's now in NBA draft conversations. He's on a lot of NBA draft boards already. It doesn't look like he is looking to make the jump to the NBA at this point, as he has said that he's coming back to Iowa. But why would he not follow a coach who has been able to get number one, believes in him, but number two, has been able to get so much out of him? Of course, a lot of the credit goes to him as well. But this makes sense, and playing at Iowa, a team that is in the first year of a coaching change, and is in the Big Ten. They're looking to elevate their program. Not that they were in the bottom of the barrel or anything like that, but again, it's a new situation that they're looking to elevate themselves. It's a really good opportunity for him, and on top of that, sorry, I was pulling up his information. I got a little sidetracked because of how many players transferred out of Iowa, and because, again, it's a new situation, he's likely going to be the guy. Even if so many guys did not transfer, he would likely still be the guy. I pulled up his stats. I want to highlight his games against Power 4 teams. He had 21 points, going 9 of 19 from the field. He was 2 of 6 from 3. He had 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, and 21 points against Texas Tech in a loss, the number 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. Again, it's worth noting that it was within the NCAA tournament. Against Missouri in a win, and he played 40 minutes in both games, so that shows that he can definitely go the distance and have a high level of performance. He had 21 points against Missouri, 8 of 11 from the field, 72 or 73% if you round up field goal percentage, 3 of 3 from 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 1 steal, 21 points. And then the other Power 4 games that he had, I have to go to the beginning of the season here. Against Miami, he had 21 points in 40 minutes, shooting 8 of 17. He was 0 of 4 from 3, but he was 8 of 17, which is still a really good field goal percentage. 6 rebounds and 6 assists. Great stat line. Next, against Vandy, he played 40 minutes again. All of these games, he played 40 minutes thus far. He had 16 points in a win against Vandy. They also beat Miami. He was 5 of 14, so not as efficient. 0 of 3 from 3. He shot 35, if I round up, 36% from the field. 5 rebounds and 11 assists, so still a really good game if you add in the 11 assists. Kansas State, in an overtime victory, he played 45 minutes, 8 of 13, 61.5% from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds and 4 assists and 22 points. So really good numbers, guys. Really solid numbers. This is huge that Iowa is going to have this guy for next year. Obviously, it's a long time between now and the start of next year. Anything can happen. I also think it's worth noting for Ben McCollum that his Drake basketball team defeated, and I made a post on Facebook about this, and I highlighted it in reviewing Bennett Stirtz Power 4 stats against Power 4 competition. This past season, they defeated Vanderbilt, Miami, Kansas State, Missouri in the NCAA tournament, and they lost to Texas Tech. Now, the team's net ratings had varying levels of difficulty. Miami definitely had a down year, but Kansas State, Vanderbilt, obviously Missouri, obviously Texas Tech all had decent net rankings, if not solid net rankings. And so to me, that illustrates He went 4-1 against Power 4 level competition. That to me illustrates that he can compete and have his teams compete against the Power 4 level competition. And the reason why I bring that up is simply because one of the slight concerns that people have had about Ben McCollum is his lack of Division 1 and therefore, by extension, his lack of Power 4 success or experience. Let's see. Vandy was 48th in the net rankings. And they were an NCAA tournament team that Drake beat. Kansas State was 75th in the net. Miami was 225th, so not very good. Missouri was 16th, and Texas Tech was 7th. So that's not bad at all, guys. That's really solid for Ben McCollum. I didn't expect to talk about Ben McCollum in this video, but still. And just to round this out, the stats. He played 35 games, Bennett Stirtz did, started all 35. He averaged 39.3 minutes per game. He shot 49.8%, aka 50% from the field. For a guard, that is excellent. That is absolutely, simply excellent. He shot 39.5% from the three-point line, so basically 40%, which is solid. Obviously, I think anything above 37% is decent. Just to be charitable, anything above 35% I'd say is decent depending on the position. Obviously, he'd probably like to get that number above 40, 40, 41, 42%, but still not bad. That's why he's so comfortable, confident shooting the three. Free throws, he averaged 5.1 attempts per game, so that shows he can score in a well-rounded way and get to the free throw line, which is very big for scorers. I think that's something that Peyton Sandfort and Josh Dix last year struggled with in becoming more well-rounded as scorers. He shot 79.4% from the free throw line, so almost 80%. Again, he averaged 4.3 rebounds and 5.7 assists. And then let's look at his turnovers. He averaged 2 turnovers a game, 19.2 points per game, and 2.1 steals per game. His assist to turnover ratio was almost 3. So 5.7 assists per game to 2 turnovers. That's almost a 3-to-1 ratio. So this is big news, guys. Very big news. Ben McCollum still has a lot of work to do. I fully expect him to land at least 1 or 2 more guys from Drake. Some names that have been dropped around has been Tavion Banks, not to be confused with the historic Iowa running back Tavion Banks, who was a 6th man. There's also another guy who was a starter for them. Let me pull up their stats real quick. That has the size at 6'8". Cam Manyawu at 6'8", who could come in. Tavion Banks also is 6'7". So these are guys with the size to play. There was also a guy who was 6'4", a guard. I'm blanking on his name right now. That was put forward as a guy that could follow Ben McCollum to Iowa. I think it might be Cale Combs. He averaged 3.8 points per game. So, yeah, I believe it's him at 6'4". He's a sophomore guard. So just to put it succinctly, I expect at least one, more likely 2 guys to follow Ben McCollum to Iowa. And as far as the guys that left Iowa, I think with Bennett Stirtz choosing to follow Ben McCollum to Iowa, I think Josh Dix is probably out of the picture. Never say never, but he's probably out of the picture. He's probably going to, in his final year, take the bag and play elsewhere. I think Price Sandfort is definitely on the board. I think Lajai Dembele is on the board. These are both guys that expressed interest in returning to Iowa. And then, obviously, Seydou Traore has not entered the transfer portal, which I think is a smart move. Chris Taggio has not either. and Carter Kingsbury's still on the roster. There's one more name Johnson Arrigu, the transfer from Miami, is still on the roster, which I think is smart for him as well, given the fact that by the time next year rolls around, he hasn't really played in a year and a half. He played sparingly in his freshman year, so I think it's probably best for him to hold pat, which is a good thing for Iowa. And then Cooper Koch, a.k.a. Cooper Koch, a.k.a. Cooper Koch, is also open to returning, and I think Iowa has a good chance to land him. Probably him and Lajai Dembele, they have the best chances to land, just because they're not going to have as many suitors for their talents, especially Cooper. Not that, he wasn't a high-level recruit coming out of high school, but again, he didn't really play very much this past year. Price Sanford, I think, is going to be tough, but not impossible to get back to Iowa. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This is big news. I'll keep you guys posted. Like I said, I might do another video detailing the Ben McCollum first press conference and some of the things he says, especially regarding what his vision is for the University of Iowa and what his vision is to improve the Iowa men's basketball team. All right, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. You guys know the drill. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy. We'll all facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you, Hawk fans. I'll keep you guys posted. Go Hawks. Bye-bye.